Siema, siema, siema. Idziemy dalej. O kurde.
What the hell? Alice? Alice?
Żony mu prowadzili.
Oh no!
Co jest, że tak mi trzeba? Dwina z padem?
Keep going. Wake up.
Alice? Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice.
Jak ja do tego auta trafiłem, jak ja do wody
The phone
skoczyłem?
was dead. I'd have to find help on foot. Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either. The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there. Damn. Hello?
No to światło.
Hello? Is someone there? The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night. Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident. The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
A, może jest tutaj. Telefon. Szybki.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident. Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen,
Deposit.
I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Coral Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Co to było?
Fair and square. Coral Stucky. Pleased to meet you. Premium.
Czy to naokoło? Nie.
In Bright Falls, to arrive, you lose. Shit.
Szybko do światła. Co jest? Co jest? A tak, to jest padem. To tak. I teraz powinno już być wszystko ok. Sorry za to. Ale czasami tak mam. W Honor też tak mam. Jak gram na... padem na Bluetooth. Mi się kurde, nie wiem, rozłącza mi się to.
Trying. It's the latest thing in
Yes.
testimony.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I?
Let you
Hello? Hello?
stone. You can see the sight.
This is bad.
O kurde.
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Już tutaj mamy jeszcze... Kopnij.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Co to są te szoki?
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Jak będzie ich kilku, to rakietnicę potem wezmę. No ale jest tutaj dreszczek taki. Myślałem, że to będzie bardziej thriller, ale... O kurde. O kurde, panie. A jestem bardzo kiepski w horrorach. O kurde, aż mi ciarki przeszły. Jestem bardzo kiepski w horrorach.
What the hell was that? When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water. Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong. Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Kurde. Tu na lewo coś jest? Do góry?
Taken. They're taken.
The taking a file to darkness. Okay. Parę rzeczy tam pozbierałem, pomoże mi.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
Okej. Znaleźć inną drogę.
There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site.
Z tyłu. Rozduprzone.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
O, strzelba. Co to jest tą kawą tutaj? Z tymi termosami. Zrobię sobie most, tak? Mhm. Udało się. Myślałem, że to można coś zebrać.
I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. To listeners now, I'm a night owl. It's a nice lake resident.
Okej. A tak musiał biec strzelbą. Po to muszę wpuścić. Nie wciąż. I wypuścić. Jeden w las,
The gas
drugi
station
w
was
las.
closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no contest. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Okej. O kurde. No kurde. A. No. To tak. No sterowanie nie jest najlepsze.
Salad, no. A man like me needs a hefty meal. That's for the day.
Za mną?
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
Jeszcze coś? A użyj.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind.
As you might think, it can be dangerous. It requires patience, even with the engine. Tools. Is it easy?
Kurde. Okej.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come. Assuming I'd reach the lights of the gas station alive.
Okej. Och to, Okej, włączyłem tam coś. Aha. To wyjście, tak? Jest, stacja benzynowa.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Alice? Who the fuck is Alice?
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself. Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
W ogóle tutaj mam jeszcze nie.
Departure by Alan Wake.
Departure.
The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Okej.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now. The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Dobrze. To na ten moment idealny. No idealny moment, aby zakończyć. O to mi chodziło. I dotarliśmy na stację benzynową. I zobaczymy, co nas dalej czeka.